I was proud of our team tonight. We had a tough spell. We lost a few games straight, and our guys came back out and battled tonight. I was really proud of them. I was proud of their effort in practice over the last 2 or 3 days and in the film sessions. And it translated over tonight. We can still do a better job defensively, but we saw a lot of things translate from the practice court to the game tonight, and that was great to see.
Mark, every game has its ebbs and flows, obviously. Not going to play the top of your game the whole game, but, the first, all but the final 3 minutes of the first half, you guys were trailing. How do you prevent those extended periods of lapses on the defensive end or whatever is causing that, just lack of what you're trying to do out there?
I'll say this, Jim. We got hit with an unexpected curveball about a month ago. We came to practice, and 3 guys that had started in the USC game were injured. And really, 2 of them, in BJ Omat and DJ Campbell, are really top defensive perimeter players. And so guys have been thrust into new positions. Guys have been thrust into new responsibilities. And so I was really proud at how we're getting better in that area with 2 of our key guys that we rely on. BJ Omat can roll out of bed in the morning at 7 a.m., get warmed up for 3 minutes, and be one of the top defenders in the country. That he is that innately. Who he is, how hard he's worked, his understanding of angles. We have other guys that are growing into that. And so to answer your question, to negate runs, to build momentum, starts with defense. And we had much better effort tonight on defense. We still have to finish the possession with a defensive rebound. We probably had 5 possessions where we played great half-court defense, but then we don't get the defensive rebound. And so we have to get better there, and we will.
Northwestern taken through, I asked you guys about the press last game. How do you feel like you guys dealt with it today?
We had 13 turnovers. We had a couple of turnovers probably that were related to their press. And then we had some self-inflicted turnovers, to be honest with you. And so in terms of handling their press, I would say 7 out of 10 is what I would rate it right now. When I watch the film, I'll have more to say on that. But Northwestern State is a good team. People see a team come into Haas not from this region, and they don't see that Northwestern State played Texas Tech incredibly tough. They don't see that Northwestern State almost beat some Power 5 schools. And so our guys stepped up to the challenge and did a good job.
And then defensively, you talked about being more communicative and aggressive. Did you feel like the guys were more aggressive and communicative today?
You're asking about 2 separate things, aggression and then communication, right?
Yeah.
Okay, our aggression was good, our communication was horrible on defense. Our communication was horrible on defense. Anytime that I see 2 guys on the ball, okay, we have certain schemes and certain defensive concepts where we will put 2 guys on the ball. Okay, we have others where we will never do it. So anytime you see 2 players on the ball and someone else getting a wide open 3, that's on me as the head coach, but communication on the court takes those away. And so we had at least 2. One in the first half where we gave up a wide open 3. One in the second half right in front of their bench where we had bad communication on a scheme and somebody got a layup or maybe an and one. And so we have to eliminate those. And we will continue to work it and we'll continue to get better at it.
Can you talk about Stojakovic's game and why is he more productive this year than last year?
First of all, Andrei Stojakovic is such a hard worker. I was showing some film to Andre the other day. This is the time of year when I'm trying to meet with every single player on the roster individually. And so I was doing an individual film session with Andre. And he had done something on the court. I said, that's major growth. And he said, yeah, my dad was with me in the gym 2 nights ago. We worked on this for 2 hours. Okay, so number one, Andre is someone that wants to learn. He's hungry. His dad is a basketball savant. His dad's in the Hall of Fame. And so I played against Peja. And, anytime you have that type of pedigree, that type of support at home, you're going to get better every day. But then a lot of it is because Andre is hungry. I mean, Peja can do all he wants. If Andre's not hungry to learn and hungry to get better and hard on himself, which he is, Andre's not going to get better. But Andre has a winner's mentality. He wants to get better at every step.
Not only did he score 31 points, which obviously exceeded his previous high, but the 4 assists and the three blocks, that's an expansion of what we've seen. He hasn't given up the ball that much earlier this year, and it seems like maybe he's learning that a little bit. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, Andre and Adam Mazzari work constantly on different angles of finding the extra pass, on drop passes, on skip passes, all those things. And Andre spends a lot of time in film session. It's no different than an NBA level player development program. We did all the same things at the Lakers with a lot of players that ultimately, players get better when you work. We had a group of 4 or 5 players that were young players at the Lakers. Julius Randle became an all-star with the Knicks. Jordan Clarkson became 6th man of the year. Brandon Ingram became most improved player. Ivica Zubac, he had multi-million-dollar contracts. And so players get better when you put the work in. Andre is putting the work in. We have a lot of guys in our locker room that are putting the work in.
And Jeremiah just continues to impress game after game. You talk about what you see in him and his growth coming in as a true freshman and contributing this much this early.
Jeremiah Wilkinson has impacted winning in a huge way. And what's really nice to see is that he's doing it on the defensive end. For a freshman to come in, I mentioned, 2 of the best perimeter on-ball defenders, not only on our team, but in the country. They both went out. And so guys have been thrust into new roles. And so for Jeremiah to take on one of those roles and do a very good job defensively, that's great to see. I mean, Jeremiah has a lot of gifts on the court. He makes his teammates better. He can shoot, he can get to the rim. But I've been proudest of his defense.
Coach, can you talk about today? Andre had 31 career high, but it didn't seem like it was disrupting any flow of the offense. It seemed very healthy scoring. Can you talk about what you saw from your team on that end?
Yeah, I mean, I was happy to see that in the locker room. I didn't even talk about Andre's scoring. I didn't mention anything about point scoring. I talked about the 4 assists and 1 turnover. A 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio in a game is phenomenal. And then the blocks, the 3 blocks. Andre may have been our leading shot blocker going into this game. You guys will have to look that up. But he may have been. And he continued to do that. And he gets his blocks, a lot of them, as the primary defender. He may have had 1 tonight as an off-ball defender, but with his length, with his timing, that really helps winning.
What's the status of those 2 guys that are hurt?
DJ Campbell had I hate using the word setback. He probably had a little setback last week. He played in the game. He was on a minutes restriction. He played in practice, but ultimately it's a groin injury. And when you have a groin injury, you don't mess with those. And so he put the work in practice, and then in the shoot around before the Cornell game, it didn't feel right. And so if it doesn't feel right, he can't go. He can't do it because it puts him at risk. So he very smartly took himself out. And he made the right decision. DJ's a warrior, he's a competitor. And he wanted to be out there playing, but it just wasn't the time. He's close. I don't know what to tell you, but it's coming. BJ Omot is going to be out for a little while.
This season?
I hope not. I don't think so. I think we'll have, I believe we'll have a positive update around Christmas. And assuming the positive update happens, this could move quickly. Again, he'll be smart. Our medical team is very strong. They will make the right decision when it's time.
Once you guys finally ended up taking the lead late in the first half, you outscored Northwestern State by 21 points. Do you see some elements that you feel like you can build on from that, or is it still really just a work in progress right now?
I need to look at the film, Jim. So let me look at the film, let me look at it. But the word that I tell myself, the staff, and our team a lot is consistency. We've got to be more consistent. We can't go to Missouri and play a great first half and then come out in the second half and make some of the mistakes that we made. And that's the beauty and the opportunity of coaching and being part of a team, is you have the opportunity to look at these and say, hey, as a head coach, I'm involved directly in 6 of these where I messed up, and you challenge the players. Okay, there's 10 points, guys, where that's on you, and you get in the privacy of a film room and you work together, and ultimately it's all on me as the head coach. And our players have really been putting the work in and seeing the improvement, and let's build on that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mark.
Guys.
Thanks, Coach.